ball slapping. It's a podcast all about slapping them balls.
Hello and welcome to Ball Slapping, the podcast all about hitting balls with a hand, a pad or a racket or anything in between. We've got a very special episode for you today. We are in Mexico City at the Frontball World Championships, and what an honor that we are on location, and I'm joined by my co-host today, one of the best female players in the world at several sports, Danielle Daskalakis. Hi Danielle.
Hey Dan, thanks for having me.
Very much a pleasure. So Danielle, let's get this thing going straight away. Frontball, you can hear the ball banging around in the background, but what is it?
It's, I think in the simple words, right, it's hitting like a dense, spongy ball that doesn't really bounce on a wider one-wall court, and you can't kill it. So it's a combination of squash, one wall, and like a dog chew toy that you're playing with.
Yeah. So it's a one-wall game. Mm-hmm. There's like a rectangle on the wall, rectangle on the floor. You've got to hit this ball so it lands in the court. But like you say, there's a line to hit it above like squash, which means there's no kills. And because of the ball, we'll probably talk about the ball change a little bit later, but the ball they're currently playing with lends itself to a very attritional game.
It's really not much you can do with the ball. I think we've seen like Stitch or David from Mexico kind of show us a bit more what you can do with this ball. With the way he hits it and the spins that he puts on it, he's able to move it a bit better than we can with like a traditional one wall or four wall swing, handball swing, I would say. But even with that, you can still see it's rally, and everybody just backs up, and the big position is like getting in that like low reverse lunge with an underhand punch or open fist. It's hard to say sometimes if they're punching or not.
Yeah.
But that's the only way the ball really seems to move.
Let's talk a bit about frontball. How long have you been involved in frontball? What was your first experience?
It's been around for a while now. I want to say maybe 2014, 2013. Jean-Michel brought it to New York, and then he collaborated with the ICHA and the USHA of handball.
So the organization's in New York, basically.
Well, USHA Arizona, but so one wall specifically. And he reached out to Albert Apuzzi from the one wall, and Paul Williams from ICHA, also one wall. And they had a big event in Central Park. And so a lot of the guys, I think Cuba was the best at the time, but they all came over to New York, and they played with the original ball, which was like a baseball, and on the courts over there. Maybe a little bit wider, but they pretty much used the one wall court and had like tape on the bottom so that you couldn't kill the ball. And then from there, it gained a lot of traction. And so they started creating like qualifiers. So they had a women's event and a men's event, and they hosted it at Coney Island, Central Park, and the Hess at the time. So Hess is like an indoor Hebrew spot that's in Brooklyn. And from there, like the qualifiers went on, and we got to go play in Englet, Tepito. We're back in Mexico City, but it was in Tepito, part of it. Biarritz. And then we also had one in New York, actually, the Pier 2, with U.S. wall ball.
Nice. And so you've been involved in it, and just to give yourself a background to yourself, Danielle, we'll do a podcast just for you at some point. But the cliff notes on who Danielle is, so sell yourself.
All right. So I'm from Brooklyn. I got into one-wall handball a little late, actually, for most of the one-wallers in New York. So about junior year in high school, got into playing some big ball, one wall, so wall ball, and then small ball, handball. But then I predominantly started playing one wall, small ball, competed on our high school team because it's a varsity sport in the high schools in New York City. And then from there went on, got into traveling a little bit, and took on 3-wall, 4-wall, small ball, big ball, half court, short court.
How good are you?
I feel like it's hard to brag right now.
Humble. Okay, let me brag.
I am the only player, because I'm very proud of this, right? I'm the only player in the United States to have won a national title in one wall big ball, one wall small ball, one wall doubles, small ball and big ball, 3-wall doubles, singles, couple of times, and four-wall singles.
Okay, what Danielle's trying to say is she's one of the greatest female handball players ever to play.
The only one to ever do that.
The only one.
Priscilla Shumate is a Brazilian player that came over to the U.S. and she actually won every code except big ball one wall, so I beat her on that.
There you go. And now you're doing front ball. And now, like a lot of players here, we're adapting to this game because this game it's on the growth, but it's not played commonly in places. So especially when you're trying to get more countries playing, there's the one wall players who, one wall is in far more countries, and they're coming over. And we'll talk to Jean-Michel later and understand a bit more about the journey and what the thought process behind this World Championship. But yeah, front ball to adapt to it.
I think
Is
we're
it hard?
adapting. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I think because it's also adapting itself. So like, since we started, the ball has changed several times. And now it seems to have a consistent ball that both men and women seem to be using. And I think even in Biarritz, there was a men's ball and a women's ball. One was maybe a little bit bouncier, I'm not too sure. But now it seems to be the same for both women and men. They moved it so that everybody serves from the back of the court as well. So there's some like little rule changes. The ball changing is a big thing also because, you guys played with that heavy baseball. We played with like a tennis ball that was really light that I wasn't also fond of because the seams would come apart. But and this is more consistent, but you can do less with it with our swing.
Yeah.
So it's, again, you're adapting because they're adapting still. So it's hard to really put in effort.
Yeah, when I talk about things, and I say that one wall, the sport we play, it's a bit like grass court tennis, especially grass court tennis when it was serve volley. It's like fast, fast, fast. This is more like clay court tennis. It's a traditional, you are waiting for an opening and then you go for a shot, and if that shot doesn't work, then you reset your rally and the whole thing goes on again. Lasts for minutes, and you play today, I play today, I'm totally exhausted. I'm playing for GB. My first game went to a tie break, and we're in Mexico City, which is at like 2,700 meters or something.
That's impressive.
Oh yeah, so I'm pretty tired, and I just ran out of steam towards the end. I'm playing
that's
someone like
easily
half my age. God damn.
That's 3,000 calories burned. I will say, this sport is great if you're into the rallying and you're are good enough to actually keep a rally going. This is an amazing cardio. Calories are burned.
What do you think is the benefits of front ball? You've seen they're trying to grow the sport.
Yeah.
So really, this is grown out of Basque Pelotas, and there's a lot of different Basque Pelotas. Go to the Ball Slaps YouTube, you'll see some of those sports already. But there's many different versions, but they're not that accessible, and it doesn't really unite the world. So front ball, I believe, Jean-Michel may correct me later, but front ball was kind of invented to standardize these things, so everyone can play a common ground sport, and there's potential hope for the Olympics. That's what they always talk about. How easy that actually is another story, but that's the ambition and the dream.
Yeah. I know he's put in a petition a couple of times. Like, we just missed out in France. He did get a little bit of because technically he's from France, right? So the sport technically is set from France. So he had a little bit of an edge there.
Yeah.
And we got beat out by breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
And now
that went down well.
Yeah, I think this would have been more fun to watch maybe. But less memes and GIFs from it.
Yeah.
He put in the bid for the 2032 in Australia, so fingers crossed. It did make it to the Pan American Games, so they're doing something right with whether it's the marketing.
Yeah, and the Youth Olympics as well, right?
Yeah, and it's definitely more accessible than, four-wall handball, let's say, right?
Yeah.
It's just the learning curve and having all the courts everywhere for people to get to.
Yeah,
and the same thing with the disciplines in FIPV, right? They have 15 modalities, but the ball costs $30 itself, and it takes a village, literally a village, to create the ball. And they have they need I don't even know, how big are those courts? 60, 100. They're massive. They're restaurants. You go to Valencia, it's a restaurant, and then you go and eat. In San Francisco, they have one. It is also a restaurant, and it's only one court. So I see the combination of using the single wall, one wall, and then using a ball that might be an easier learning curve because you don't have to kill the ball. The rallies last longer, so you're going to get consistent a bit quicker. And I think we've seen that
We've seen
from
it.
here, from like Biarritz to now,
Yeah.
and how many players are actually like women and men, and like these little kids that are like super consistent with these swings,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, okay, like we have a game.
Yeah, and I guess one of the key things that they're doing, that they're especially good with frontball, is the show and the spectacle.
Yeah.
So, you know, we had the opening ceremony the other day, there's hundreds of people in the crowd, they've got live broadcasts, they've got music, they've got dancers, they've got all the stuff that if you look at it from an external point of view, you think to yourself, wow, this sport's going places. And there's not many other sports that do that. You're seeing, and I should say, when they do that, suddenly things gain traction. So if you look at pickleball, for example, pickleball gains traction because they start to film it well, they
Amazing
professionalized it.
Amazing.
Yeah, totally.
Because there's like, I mean, we could say this, right? Like neither of us are the biggest fans of pickleball.
Well, that remains to be seen, Danielle. But I do have I have pros and cons to say about pickleball.
I agree. I love it for people that it got them out of the house. I have friends that were not the most athletic, and now they love it. They're always at the park and they're playing, and I love that for them, like truly. And it's helped them with other sports, right? To actually get that confidence and maybe the hand-eye coordination.
Yep.
But for me, maybe it's just not the right fit. But they're really good at their like social media marketing, I think, especially because they even have me clicking on it where it's like the most athletic play you'll ever see, and I'm like, no way. And then you see it, and it's like maybe it's a fun rally to watch, but like come watch our sport. Like I can show you tons of rallies, and I'm like, does that look more athletic? Does that pickleball play look more athletic than this handball play that we just had?
Yeah.
Right? And I guess everybody, can defend their own sport and support whatever, and that's fine. But I think also like having a crowd like Mexico, so even when we played in four-wall, so the WPH, based in Arizona, they do a lot of like four-wall indoor handball events, and they started doing them more in Juarez, right? And it's it's a little scary to go there, but when you get there, the facility is amazing. You're at a country club, so everything's there.
Yeah.
They have paddle tennis there. They have the four-wall courts there. They have like a huge golf facility. Everything's like in-house.
Yeah.
But the crowd is amazing. Like every rally, the energy is there. They have a mariachi band. Like they have all
great.
of the event extensions that I think we haven't seen as much from
and I think,
in handball. And I think that's a big difference.
Yeah, I think communities can let it down. Like obviously, I'd be interested to know what you guys listening at home think about your sports. But certainly, I run the world tour for one-wall handball. And many countries we go, there's like an amazing rally and it's virtual silence afterwards. Whereas I don't know if you can hear behind us, but the Mexicans, they're so into what's going on here, and it makes it more exciting. It makes it great. And when we talk about how sports succeed and how they grow and how they do well, part of it is on the organisers who are doing their best to throw on a good show. But surely part of it has to be on the community and the other players to kind of get on board and be like, oh, this is great, I'm going to show my energy in this, I'm going to turn it into that kind of like Wimbledon crowd where I get really excited. Because you're right, we lack it a lot in other sports, and pickleball threw the crowd in, and then with action replays works pretty well. Paddle do the same.
That's true. And I agree. I think the community is a big thing. I think we need countries like Mexico and the entertainment of it. I think in handball we have such a mix because there's a lot of people that come from a background where it's kind of like tennis or squash where you're quiet.
Yeah.
It's like you're expected to be quiet, after the rallies. Maybe you do a little clap, right? And then you have maybe the New Yorkers that it's a mix of, and then you have the California players that are also have the energy from Mexico because this is the sport they play. They came over to California, played three-wall, but they have that same hurrah, right? The huzzah. And so it's a great mix, and I think when we had events and maybe we add more event extensions, which I know is just hard because you're already trying to manage this tournament, and we have so many different groups and organizations that makes it a little harder to organize it.
Yeah.
But seeing something like this, it's very doable.
Yeah.
Very doable.
Yeah, it's very impressive. There will be a video on the Ball Slaps YouTube soon, or ages ago, depending when you listen to this podcast, about frontball and this World Championship, so you can see it for yourself. But Danielle, I think we should probably have a little walk around, say hi to some other people, see what they think, gain their thoughts and feelings, go from there.
Yeah, and let's ask them about a football. Can we I just want to ask.
Danielle may be bitter about the football. I'm bitter about screening and line calls, but that's a story for another time, people.
Frontball interviews. Let's find
Jasmina
Who are you playing for?
for Bosnia.
You've been around since like the beginning when like Jean-Michel came to New York. You've been to Anglet. You played in Colombia
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
All right. So you've seen like the different balls, the rules, the players. What do you think now, like that we're here? Because I feel like we've talked about this. We've seen a lot more development with the
Yeah.
sport and the new ball. What is your
Yeah.
take on that?
Absolutely. I was actually speaking to two of the sponsors that lived in Anglet, and I was saying that a lot of the countries have more players and an academy for actually training for this sport. Like us in the States, we really don't have the sport. We have the competition, but it's developed a lot in other countries. And also I think the funding in other countries, they have a lot more funding, coaches, programs, and training these players.
Yeah.
Because when we first started, I think the females that were playing, it was a lot of like the big blue players, and we had the competition under our belt, so we were able to play the sport. But now you see a lot of these girls, it's us from the States are applying more of the one wall game, and the other countries it's a lot more power, explosive underhands, and pretty much all endurance. Who can last longer?
Cool. Thanks very much. Right, hello, who's with us now? What's your name and who are you playing for?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shirley Chen. I'm from New York City, and I am playing for Team China.
Shirley, is this your first Frontball World Championship?
Yes, this is.
What do you think? Out of 10?
I think out of 10, probably 8 or 9. I mean, it's been very well organized. Against my first time, and I've also heard good things from how well organized the federation is, especially the opening ceremony. Besides the occasional hiccups here and there, which is typical for all tournaments, it's been very well run.
Yeah, what do you feel and think about the sport itself?
I think coming from a one wall background, it's not my favorite, just because I think I like a faster speed, and I like that we can have variation of shots when it comes to one wall, big ball or small wall. We can kill, we can drive, versus front ball, it's mainly just driving.
Interesting. What's the word you would use to describe this sport?
Can I repeat what I just said?
It's just a single word. One word.
Driving.
Driving, okay.
So seeing all the countries here, right? Seeing the organization behind it, the coaches, the training, like the motivation they all have to win this. Does it motivate you in any way to want to continue to try harder and maybe make this sport kind of like your own if it moves on to another world?
Yeah, I think I can't say exactly if I want to make this my primary sport, but seeing how well organized all the other countries are, and seeing them warm up together, how united they seem, especially talking to you guys.
So would you take their motivation, would you use it towards handball again?
Yeah, I think so. Just seeing how organized they
So
are.
you're coming back?
Maybe. We'll find out in the next episode.
Thanks so much, Shirley. In the crowd now, there's a bunch of players who are just sitting around. First of all, I've got Tri. Who are you, Tri?
I'm a player from Vietnam. How are you?
Good. Tell me about Frontball. Do you like it?
It's great. I mean, the game itself is it's hard because you need a lot of endurance and definitely need a lot of practice as well. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
What do you hope for the future of the sport? What do you like to see in it?
I would like to see it to grow and make it to the Olympics one day.
Very nice. Can you just I'm going to talk to the man behind you for a second. Come forward, Gio. Let's have a look at you. So, who are you and which country do you play for?
Hi Dan, my name is Gio. I'm from Australia.
So, Gio, you've done a couple of Frontball tournaments now. Why do you like it?
I think it's a really unique platform. Everyone is brought together. It's very accessible. And it really brings people out of communities that maybe have lesser than...
Yeah. I mean, so we already know about all the handball action in Vietnam. Do you want to tell me a little bit about the handball action in Australia?
Yes, it's, Australian handball has been around for over 100 years. And as maybe more of an Irish influence than an American influence. Our players really well adapt to this game. It's a very strong, a physically demanding game. So big Irish whips really help when you're playing on the court.
Do you think there's a future for front ball in Australia?
I hope so. That's why we're here.
Good. And here's a question actually. So, and I might ask this to all of you. What do you think the purpose of this event is? What are they trying to achieve here?
I would say the purpose is to grow awareness of sports that can be very accessible and that can be played at any level. So that not only helps people who may not be as well off to purchase a lot of sporting equipment, but it also helps people play sport and play against people no matter what sort of skill level you're at.
Danielle, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I think the Olympics is definitely their bigger picture. I mean, we talked about it already. They already put in another bid for Australia, so Gio might be representing his home country. Fingers crossed. But I think I liked what Gio said about the accessibility, showing, just having a giant showcase and having a portfolio of the events that we could put together and what it could look like. And for players to see that and maybe take that motivation, and maybe it's not fives, maybe it's not one-wall handball, maybe it's not four-wall or three-wall or...
it's a version of the sport.
But it's an aversion that is going to make it to the Olympics, and so that's the motivation for everybody, right?
Yeah.
To come together and play this.
That brings me back to Gio. So, Gio, if this sport makes it to the Olympics in Australia, presumably you'll be part of some kind of organising committee and stuff like that? Okay, can you make sure that me and Danielle have VIP status for the entire tournament, please?
No comment.
And now it gives me great pleasure to be joined by someone very close to my heart, my teammate, Luke Stradwick. How you doing, Luke?
Thanks, Dan, for the kind words. Yeah, all good, thank you.
Okay, now you are quite new to frontball, so it's actually quite interesting because most players we've spoken to so far, they've come across it a few times, you've seen it, but you've been quite heavily involved in the one-wall scene up until now, but this is your first experience of frontball. What do you think?
It's different. I mean, that's the easiest way to explain it. It's much slower, much more power needed, less opportunities to end the rally straight away. So there's a lot more of endurance, in the sport. But looking forward to playing my first game in about 15 minutes.
Yeah. So you've been involved in one wall not just as a player. You've helped with the tour. You've helped grow UK Wall Ball in the UK, which is now a charity. When you see some of the outreach that Frontball does, so they're going to Afghanistan, they go to Palestine, South Africa, what do you think of that? Do you think that's a good thing to do? And I guess, obviously it's a good thing to do. But is that the kind of thing that we should be doing in other sports as well, or do you think Frontball is doing it right? So let's just focus on that.
Yeah, I think that these kind of handball sports, be it wall ball or one wall, be it front ball, they're all very simple to set up. It's any ball, any wall. That's the kind of the mantra of this. So going to places where they don't really have facilities to do other sports, this fits very, very well. So it's good to see frontball going to different parts of the world and maybe other sports I'm going to and promoting this and getting people fit.
From an organizer's perspective, what do you think the purpose of this event is?
Again, I think it's just getting all the countries together that play. Like I said, we've got teams here from Africa, as you said, from all around South America, from us from Europe as well. So I think it's just nice to get everybody together, just to show that there is that kind of global kind of following of the sport, and to promote it as well, worldwide, to ensure that whoever's watching this, can be energised by it and can see that there's value in doing this as well, and maybe taking it to the next steps, be that Olympics or whatever it's going to be, that they have in store.
Now we're joined by, who are you and who are you playing for?
I'm Marit Seinstra and I'm playing for the Netherlands.
Yes, for you listening at home, she's wearing bright orange, so we definitely know she's from the Netherlands. Marit, I know that today may not have gone so well for you, but in general terms, what do you think about frontball, not just your day-to-day?
Yeah, it's a nice sport, but if you compare it to wall ball, yeah,
and why is that? Is that like the speed of the rallies, or what are you thinking?
More tactics, like killing the ball. This is more like keep it going, long balls, long rallies. I think it's
Do you think it's
less
a slower pace?
Yeah, and it's less good to watch. I think the speed is going out, and for me,
So you see, from an entertainment standpoint, one wall or wall is more entertaining to
I think
spectate.
that's what I think.
Because you had the crowd going. I know you lost the game and it's like
Yeah.
heartbreaking,
Well,
but it was fun to watch. Like to see you both kind of diving and throwing it all out there on the court.
I think you're right, and actually Jean-Michel spoke to me earlier after my game, and he was like, oh, it's really nice to see you play because you're playing like a one-waller, which means we're playing fast.
Yeah.
And when you're playing Marit, you play fast as well. I think that actually makes it a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
But also, you put a lot more energy in, and then
Yeah.
when
You
the
get
rally
tired.
resets, you get very tired. Marit, last question. Is there a sport that ball slap should cover that is maybe based in the Netherlands, which is a good sport? It has a PC every year?
Like if there is a sport in the Netherlands, ball slaps shoot like.
Yeah.
No,
What
I
sport?
don't think so. You
what?
know the kaatsen.
The kaatsen is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but you already know. Like,
I haven't covered it yet though.
okay, well, I don't know. It's also like a slow sport, but it has like some exciting things in it. But
Is it because there's loads of beers on the side?
yeah, when you play on Sunday, you have like a party. It's
Okay, well, it sounds like we need to cover kaatsen on ball slaps and also do a podcast with you, Mara, at some point.
I'm good.
Very good.
I'll kick your ass. So
Well, in a podcast? Damn. Okay, well, thanks, Marit.
yeah, good. And it's on grass, so if you die, if you don't hurt yourself,
Yes.
that's a good thing.
You can't
Okay.
see what she has.
I know. Well, if you're watching the podcast, you can see these bruises. I don't get bruises because I don't dive because I'm not an idiot.
I am Brody Winter. I'm from Australia. I am almost 23 years old, so I'll call myself 23 for today. I've been playing handball, not frontball, but handball for 17, 18 years. Got into it when I was around 5, started taking it a bit more seriously at around 10, and just been playing it ever since, and
And
I love
you're the current national champion.
current national 3-wall and 1-wall champion.
Now, we've covered one wall a lot on this channel.
Yes.
What is Australian 3-wall handball in a nutshell?
It's not it's not similar. It's a lot bigger, it's a lot more theatrical. Big walls, big hits, running back, using your fists. It's somewhat similar to frontball in a sense where players tend to run back and have an underarm swing. Yeah, it is different. I'd recommend looking it up. It's a great watch. It's even better in person. Yeah,
Cool, man. How do you like frontball?
I really like it. Granted, I've only played one game so far, but it was a lot of fun. Very, very physical, very endurance-based. You need strength, stamina, but placement also helps. You know, go for the corners, go for back corners, front corners.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
What do you think of the setup compared to Australia, for example?
Yeah, I mean, compared to really anything I've seen, it's next level. Very, very professionalism. The budget must be nuts. Very, very impressed.
Nice, Brady. Well, good luck in your next match.
Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Okay, so right now it gives me real enormous pleasure to meet the very founder of Frontball. What's your name?
Jean-Michel Idiart.
Jean-Michel. Tell me the story of Frontball. How did it start?
The Frontball story started now 15 years ago in France because one day someone said me that in the United States they practice another sort of Basque Pelota, and when I went there in New York, I was very surprised because I found something like around 2000 courts in New York of one wall, and I was very surprised of that. And the idea was if maybe it will be possible to create a point of intersection between the Basque Pelota and the handball.
Yeah.
So we made a lot of practice in France, inviting Willy Polanco, Willy Polanco and one of his friends in France to practice. And the project started with the idea to organize at the beginning tournaments, but quickly, because as one wall, the frontball is very accessible.
Yeah.
So when we meet the Minister of Urban Development in Mexico, he said us that it would be very interesting for them in Mexico to use the Frontball project as a social integration project, no?
Right, correct, yeah. So this was like something, because I guess in Mexico people maybe don't have much money, so important to get active, good for health, and maybe Frontball is a solution. Because they play front on, right? They play another version.
Exactly.
But this is maybe easier to play? Is that the thinking?
Yes. There is a great tradition of pelota here in Mexico, but you are right. The pelota is expensive.
Yeah.
And so when we started here with the project, quickly they proposed us to develop this project in schools. And because for us and for handball players, it's the same thing that every wall can be used to practice this game. It's the reason why quickly we created a Frontball Academy. A Frontball Academy is schools we opened in the place. Can I say that?
Yeah.
In the place where the child are poor in a conflict area.
It's a conflict areas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, we are in Palestine.
Well, so this is not just Mexico now. So it's Palestine,
yes. Cambodia,
Afghanistan.
Yes, Afghanistan,
South
Africa.
Yeah.
In Mexico here.
Yeah.
In a sensible here place that the name is Tepito.
Okay.
Tepito, and we are also in Portugal, and another place now in Togo, too, in Africa.
Okay. So for you, this is an amazing event. But what makes Jean-Michel happy? Is it big events like this, or is it the outreach, or both?
No, I'm very happy with this event because we need this type of event because
visibility.
The visibility is important for the child to know that if they want to go on practicing Frontball, they have a possibility tomorrow to compete in a great event. And for us, it's a special moment because in next month we will present our candidature in Brisbane.
Oh, really? Wow. For the Olympics?
Yes, for the Olympics.
Okay.
We know that it will be very hard.
Yes.
But we have the opportunity to present our project.
Amazing.
It's amazing for us.
Yeah. And
even if it will be very hard to integrate for but no.
Is that the dream, Olympics? Or
really?
Is that just a good thing? And the dream is actually more people.
Exactly. Yeah. For us, of course, it's very important if one day we can be in the Olympic Games. Really, but to be honest, it's not our dream. Our dream is to develop this project in more places when the child are difficulty to access sport.
Yeah.
And we are finally very surprised because it's with the social objective we have in the Frontball that finally it helped us with the sports area.
Yeah.
Because, for example, the Olympic Committee is interested by the Frontball project at the beginning for the social project.
Sure. Because I think we saw after London Olympics in 2012. There was a lot about bringing back to the community, and I think that Frontball has a very good opportunity to, you have the Olympics and then often they just leave.
Yes.
But if you have the Olympics and you leave behind Frontball, that's pretty good.
Yes.
So for you, Jean-Michel, as just a dream you had 15 years ago to today, how does it make you feel? Apart from the stress.
To be honest, I don't realize that we are with so many countries. But to be honest, too, I'm very happy because I love this the spirit we have. I feel something very fraternity, no? And I love it. I love it so much. For me, it's very important. That for me, it's amazing. It's something that helps me to go on because sometimes I'm tired with this project because it's a lot of continuity.
Yeah.
It's not easy sometimes, but we go on, and finally we don't have to. How do you say you? Never give up.
Never give
Never
up.
give up. Sorry.
Never give up, never surrender.
Yes.
There's a couple of other things just to pick on briefly. One of the best things that you do with events like this is you make the events look amazing. Because many other sports, they run a big tournament, but nobody sees it. Is it you who was thinking, yes, we need to film it?
Yes.
Make sure we have dancers
Yes,
and this.
yes. Since the beginning, I was very sensible for that because I think that is important, not only the sports, but only the show that we can imagine around the sport.
Yeah.
So, talking about the show, I will present someone that is Danielle Daskalakis, who is there.
Yeah.
Please come on with me, Danielle. Yes. I will explain why. Because when I went in the United States the first time, I remember the first tournament. I saw her dancing on the court, etc. What is this girl?
Okay,
and
so she's
she
responsible
was so
for frontball.
Yes.
I was asked to dance a lot
Yes.
after that.
I found a way. She's so funny, this girl, and a very good player too.
Yeah.
And I like so much of this. And to be honest, too, in New York, when I went the first time, I was a bit anxious because I present my new ball from ball, and I was thinking that maybe the people are like Basque country.
Yeah.
In Basque country, you know, they are Basque Pelota and the other modalities. What is this? Is not. And when I arrived in New York, but since the beginning, I remember with Willy Polanco and other friends, they said, "Come on, what is this ball? We can try it." They was simply open mind. You say no, open mind, and that was the reason why every time I go to New York, I like this spirit. And you know, in the the handball community, I saw people very humble in French. You say humble. Thank you, thank you. Then, so and I like it. So.
Yeah.
No,
well, I think you know that I've written a report recently from seeing handball around the world.
Yes.
But how important small sports can be for many populations who, you know, if you don't like football, what else can you do? And now you can do other sports like frontball, which is great.
Yes, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, like, I think you're being sometimes a bit humble. I think you've done an amazing job in turning your dream into this reality. I think you should be very, very proud. And it's great that you've grown this family. We all love you. We think you're great. And we're very excited to see what's next for frontball. So thank you very much.
So to you, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you.
So there we have it, folks. That is frontball. So what do I think? What are the final thoughts of this event? Well, first of all, this event itself is spectacular, isn't it? I mean, massive crowd, they're doing all the right things. They got sponsors and branding, they've got cameras going, they've got live feeds. They're showing the sport the best it can be with athletes from all over the world. Obviously, because I was playing, it's the best athletes from all over the world as well. But no, it's absolutely incredible. What a showcase for the sport. But what else is going on? So you talk to the athletes, and I think, you know, athletes are coming from other sports at the moment. There aren't many who are just playing this and going, right, this is my sport. They're coming from other ones, and the handball athletes think it's quite endurance and sloggy. The Basques think that it's, you know, is okay, but the ball is maybe a bit soft and a bit squidgy. But I don't really care, because underneath the surface, I think something more important is going on. And when we spoke to Jean-Michel and he spoke about all the outreach work, well, that really resonates with me. I think that's so important. You know, when you have young people who cannot access activity because it's too expensive, it's too hard, but everything that goes with activity in sport is, you know, physical and mental health, social cohesion, a feeling of belonging and community. That really is where this is going good. And that's what I love about frontball. It's not these events, although I do love these events, obviously, but it's the amazing work that they do outside it. Afghanistan, Africa, Palestine, places where it's just gonna change lives. And I mean change lives. So if you look at the flags up there, every time you come to an event, more and more flags and more people are coming to play on these walls. And these walls can hopefully pop up around the world. Will it get in the Olympics? I don't know. I think that's going to be a very, very difficult thing, but they're in the conversation. And if one handball sport gets in, that's got to be good for all handball sports. But the best thing about this is the outreach, the work they're doing in countries where it's needed the most. So, do I think frontball's great? I think, depending how you frame that argument, I think it's an absolutely spectacular sport. So that's Frontball. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Frontball World Champ CDMX heat. Hit the wall, lose your lungs, forget using your feet. Endurance and skill, arms spinning full drill. Jean-Michel ran the madhouse with suspicious chill. Try got tired fast, hung over to the bone. Micheladas and shrimp cocktails, he should've stayed home. Married hurled herself at cameras like it paid a wage. Dan the luchador won hearts, not a match on the page. Babalu was Black Panther, just without the franchise deal. Shirley got hit with head shit, now she smells too real. Oh, Mexico City,
Vibe so high,
tacos are tragic.
air too dry.
We slip, we trip, we smack that wall. Frontball chaos for one and all. Now found the cards, her proudest moment in life. Danielle's USA Civil War brought unnecessary strife. She belongs with the UK, give her tea, give her grace. Jasmina's been here so long she predates the place. Jerome tried hard, but fatherhood hits. Plus grasshoppers chasing him in two little fits. Jared dodged traffic again, miracle of the year. Julie's massages fixed everyone's sadness and fear. Ben, who kept smiling, pure sunshine, no stress. Pascal can speak English, solid dude, nothing less. Beignet arrived at Lucha Night with our bro referee lady. A duo so iconic, don't worry, nothing shady. Gio and Brody brought Aussie charm and elite behinds, winning best bud trophies both in front and behind. Cyril slipped on pigeon shit, Belgium's proudest fall. Guillaume dislocated his shoulder with a joke, best joke of all. And Luke Stradwick was there, we think. And Luke Stradwick was there, we think.